Hey YouTube, Mark here. Sorry if my picture is kind of jiggly. I'm in the truck and the camera's just sitting on the dash and it's kind of wobbling. So hopefully this footage doesn't come out too shaky. Okay, so what do we got going on today? I am headed up into the Madison area, actually west of the Madison area, to a little town of Cross Plains. There's a trail over there for the Ice Age Trail. I'm not doing the Cross Plains segment. There's actually a segment that will go through Cross Plains, and I'm not doing that. But just outside of town is a segment called the Table Bluff segment. It's about 2.5 miles long. The hill difficulty is at a 3. And the trail difficulty is a 2, so it shouldn't be too bad. I should be able to make quick work of it. But today's a really nice day. I mean, it's not super sunny, it's not super hot or anything like that. Right now it's still under 70 degrees. And it's overcast and cloudy, which I don't mind that. We've had a lot of rain this year. Oh my God, a ton of it. Normally we get about 36 inches on average a year for rainfall. We're already at 22. So yeah, we are probably about a month and a half ahead of our total rainfall for the year. And a lot of ways that's really good. The farmers really need the rain. But when you get a lot of it, the ground can only soak up so much. It all goes into the rivers and creeks and stuff, so they tend to flow pretty quick. It could actually make sections of the trail difficult too, because I know that the southern segment, the southern area of the segment, that can get pretty boggy. So yeah, it might get a little sloshy and muddy, so we'll have to see what happens. The wildflowers are going to be very vibrant on this trail. And being that it's spring and everything's coming up now, I'm really expecting to see a lot of different types of flowers and stuff like that. So it ought to be, colorful and plentiful to see, all these different flowers in bloom. And I tell you, Dave and I went on that hike a couple of weeks ago, that Badger Trails glacial trail hike, and everything was still pretty much brown. All the trees were brown, the grass was green, but that was about it. But man, I tell you, the trees have just exploded and they're all green, and it's just so beautiful around here. Okay, you want to know how much rain we've been getting this year? I'll take a picture of this one spot. This is not a lake, this is not a pond, this is just flood water, okay? Okay, I'm at the trailhead for the Table Bluff segment. I've reset my computer and it's actually starting to count down already. So I'm going to throw this in my bag. And all I have today is just some water and stuff like that in here. A little bit of camera equipment, so I didn't go with a big pack. It's only 5 miles, so I should be okay. Alright, let's get going. So right away at the trailhead we have a nice kiosk here, so you can get information off of it. This Table Bluff segment, it's 2.5 miles, but I got to come back to the parking lot, so I got to double that back, so it should be a good 5-mile hike today. Not too strenuous. I believe I told you before that the hill difficulty is only a 3 and the trail difficulty is only a 2. So yeah, nice and easy today, which I kind of need it, because that big hike that Dave and I were on a couple of weeks ago, it kind of messed up my knees a bit. I've actually been quite sore over the last couple of weeks. My knees just don't seem to be loosening up. I was kind of afraid of that. Told you, been getting a lot of rain, and just back there I walk through a little sloshy area. They even got rain up here last night. So yeah, everything's going to be nice and wet. Okay, to start with, you are on land that's owned by the Ice Age Trail, but you're like right next to a farm, so you might hear chickens or something like that. There were a few cars in the parking lot, which I was actually surprised with. I didn't know how well used this trail would be. Okay, came up to my first intersection here. As you can see, it's a white blaze. That just means that it's kind of a takeoff just on the Ice Age Trail. It'll actually loop around and end up somewhere else. I'm not going to take it now. I think I might hit that on our way back. You know, as I was coming up here, it was very overcast and cloudy, but as you can see, the clouds are starting to break apart. Figured I'd better grab my sunglasses. Nice day though. Just a little bitty breeze. Pretty much everything's in bloom. All these trees, flowers, you can smell it in the air. Oh, it smells nice. Coming up on a bald bluff up here, and that's why they call this Table Bluff. We actually walk on the top. Seeing how the conditions are right now, I am kind of getting nervous about the end of the segment when I get to the marshy stuff. I mean, back there I was walking through water that was just basically flowing down the walking path. So this trail has about 200 feet of elevational change, so it's not very hard. Get your heart pumping a little though. At least out of fat, overweight, non-athletic people like me. So this is what I'm walking through. Just a nice clear bald. Oh, and I was walking through the wet area back there. There were a couple of guys with pesticide or herbicide spray on their backs. They were trouncing through the non-trail area. Asked them what they were doing. They said that they were out here spraying mustard garlic plants, invasive species, nasty little plant from what I hear. So they're out here spraying them down. You know, so they gotta walk through the woods, all the wet marshy areas and stuff, just to look for that plant. They don't spray anything else. They spray just that one plant. If I told you that it's a beautiful day out. I get sun, so I get warmth from the sun. But the clouds are big enough to where it seems like just as I'm starting to get hot from walking in the sun, a cloud covers it. And and I feel comfortable. See, right now kind of the sun went behind a cloud, and now it's nice and cool. Wind blows a little bit. I'm off that first bald area, And I'm getting into a little wooded spot. Oh, the wind feels nice. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone. This actually has decent wind noise reduction. But the wind's probably 5 to 10 miles an hour. Just a nice breeze. Coming on a massive downhill here. Well, at least I don't have to walk straight down that. Well, it looks like I'm coming down on the valley floor. So I'm coming down on the valley floor. It's coming over that way, goes right across that. So that's where I'm headed. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I was afraid about having. I mean, you can probably tell how wet it is all the way across over to those that little stone spot there. But it doesn't look really bad either. The joys of having waterproof shoes. And getting a little deep. Can bounce from side to side on the trail a little bit to keep from getting in the really, really deep stuff. Except for now. Alright, so I made it to that rocky spot. And that was the hill I just came down. Yeah, maybe 70 feet. Mud got a little deep there. Again, I'm just trying to stay up and out of the super wet stuff. Whoa. Alright, how am I going to do this? Guess I can walk on this log. Ooh. Traverse that little log right there. So yeah, I mean, you can see the water. That's pretty deep. That's probably getting close to 8 inches deep or more. All right. Just trying to figure out how to do this. All right. Oh. All right, let's step across the stream. All right, there. That works for me. I was thinking I'd walk through this stuff that's over on this side, but that actually looked worse than the stuff on this side. So, they say that water is not reliable on this trail, but with all the rain that we've been having, we got a lot of water flowing on it now. And the one decently reliable source is actually the Black Earth Creek. And they say that's not even really all that reliable. Alright. Gotta get a picture of the water. Okay, so I just came out of the water. I saw these fresh deer tracks in the mud. Oh, gosh, this mud. Okay, so I'm out of that mud and crap that's all off in that direction. And we're at Swamp Lovers Foundation. This is now privately owned land, right up there by the sign up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's up there somewhere. But so that's going to be private land. We are allowed to use it. It's actually kind of weird too, because just behind this little plaque, there's a table and a cooler. So I wonder if they have something scheduled to be out here. It's just interesting. Now I know too that the Swamp Lovers place, they actually have a little can't really say campground, but kind of like a gazebo setup. So if you need to stop and use it for a break, you know, you can do it, as long as there's not something that's reserved that spot. I mean, you know, if there's like a family reunion or something like that, please just keep going on. Don't sit there and hang around and try to meld in. Oh, holy crap, check out these flowers. I have no idea what they are. All right, climbing up a pretty good size ridge, just on the side of it. Keep gaining elevation. This is one of the bigger climbs on the trail. Like I said, it's not really hot, but man, it is so humid. It's like in the mid 80s for humidity. And then when you walk through marshy stuff and then into a forested area, all that moisture like really condenses. Oh, so it's probably closer to 90% in here. Oh, so I did hike up another pretty good sized rise. Luckily it wasn't straight up. I mean, if it was, it would have been ridiculous. So basically it just kind of skirted the edge and just kept on gaining elevation gradually, but you had to scramble up the side of the hill for quite a while before you hit the top. Luckily they put this nice bench here. Alright, so nice little break there at that bench. Kind of cool down, take some water. It's only a mile in, okay? But I'm in no real big hurry. I don't have to get this thing done in an hour or 2 hours or something like that. So I just sat there, drank down some water, had a little snack. Just a little Kind bar. Coconut almond too is really good. No, they don't sponsor me to say that either. I'm too small for anyone to sponsor. However, if you'd like to, you can contact me and we'll figure out something. Oh, this is really nice in here. Okay, just down the hill from that bridge, or from that bench, is a bridge. And there is water down there, at least today. I'm kind of curious, and if this might be the start of that that Black Earth Creek or something like that. You know, it comes down off the hill and just starts flowing during rains. But it was nice and clear too. I didn't really see any bugs in there or anything like that, so I'm actually surprised too. Oh, there's another bridge. What I was going to say is that I'm kind of surprised that there's really no bugs. I'm not getting attacked by mosquitoes or anything like that. Alright, let's see, what does this say? There's a plaque here. A bit of a trail intersection here, but just go straight across and keep on the Ice Age Trail. Remember, you're on private land, so you know, be respectful. Alright, someone's got a good sense of humor. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I came across another White Blaze spur trail, and I think this goes up into that little camp, I don't want to say campground, like a little picnic area up here. We're not going to do that now. I'm going to finish this on the Ice Age Trail. We'll do it on the way back. Yeah, cool. Another little picnic, a little chair to sit in, bench, whatever you want to call it. Actually owned by the Ice Age Trail. It says Ice Age Trail, leave no trace, have a nice day. Table Bluff segment. I've been hearing just tons and tons of birds. Not really seeing them though, so I think they're all up in the trees. Hello again. You guys made it a quick trail, didn't you? Sort of the people at the beginning of the segment that were spraying for that garlic mustard. That couple back there is the only people I've seen on the trail. Oh yeah, we're going to have a nice view coming up here pretty soon. Okay, we're kind of out on another bald, as you can see. Not a whole lot of trees up here. The gazebo thing is right between the trees over there. Okay, so the people that own the Swamp Lovers, looks like they're doing some gardening out here. I got fresh trees and in little cages and stuff in here. But you can see behind me that gazebo thing up there with the green roof just on the top of the hill. Well, I'm just about to the end of the segment. I got to follow a gravel road, just kind of walking beside it, and that finishes me off maybe another half mile tops. But I got a nice little rock here with a wonderful view. Gonna sit and have a little water. Okay, done with my little break here. I'm looking at all that water down there. I think I may end up walking on the road instead of the trail. It might be a little bit drier. Like I said, the Ice Age Trail walks right alongside a road that's down there. So, let's see what happens. I mean, it could be too that the road itself is kind of flooded out. We'll see. These rock formations are pretty cool. Yeah, so these rocks, they're pretty big. Probably close to 10 feet or more. Although, I got my first glimpse down here by the road. It's not looking good. Alright, the trail comes down to this little boardwalk way down here, and that's the road. Now you can see the trail right next to the road. Maybe the trail's not too bad, but yeah, the road is flooded out, so I'll have to see what I can do. Well, I made it down to the footbridge right by the road. And yeah, it's definitely marshy down here. It's all wet. I mean, that's basically just bog peat, wet water. So basically we get on the road, we just have to go to that post that's right down there and then get on the trail and finish walking that direction. But as you see, it looks pretty well covered. I'll give it a shot. I'm going to try to walk along this right here, but it looks pretty deep just beyond this little ridge. That water here looks pretty deep. Well, crap, I can't go any farther. This stuff is just too deep. I mean, you can actually see it flowing. It goes right down onto the path down there. So yeah, unfortunately this is as far as I can go. So yeah, the road is like right down there for me to end this segment, and I can't get to it. That water is just too deep. It's moving pretty quick. I mean, it's not like rapids or anything like that, but I really don't want to slosh through that much water. Alright, I guess I need to start heading back. 2.5 miles back. Let's go. Okay, so I'm standing right by the boardwalk, and if I turn and go up this a little ways, I actually see a picnic table and stuff in a little clearing right up there, right at the bottom of that hill. So that could be a place where you can stop, have lunch and stuff like that. It looks like they also have portable pit toilets down there too, so if you need to use a bathroom, there you go. Okay, so I took a quick look at my GPS, and I've done 2.31 miles just to get down here. That's supposed to be 2.5, but I did not reach the road. However, I've also done quite a bit of back and forth hiking, you know, putting down the camera and walking back for it. So I should have had 2.5 already. But still, it's been good so far. Oh, this is a steep little hill. Alright, so this is basically where I took a little break before getting down by the roadway. I'm going to go up here and see what's up there in that little pavilion area. Well, that was kind of cool. I just saw two monarch butterflies kind of flying around each other. God, cool flowers up here too. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted everywhere now. But yeah, I just saw two monarch butterflies. I tried to catch them on video. I don't know if I did or not. But let me get a picture of some of these flowers I'm seeing. Alright, so I'm in the structure here. I don't know what you want to call it. These views are really beautiful. I hope you can hear me okay. The wind's really starting to pick up here. But you can see the valley down there and the hills way across the way. And you got the row of trees right here. Basically, this was the merging area of two washout rivers from the glaciers. So you got a big, huge valley, the one that basically we crossed way up the trail. That comes down through this way. And then just on the other side of the trees here is another valley. And they actually merged down in this area down here. I actually took a really nice picture of the area, and I'll show you that picture now. Okay, now remember, this is private property. They've got gas grills, Weber grills, picnic tables, benches. You can use them. Be polite about it. All right, if you start tearing stuff up, they're going to revoke their access for the Ice Age Trail, and we'll end up losing this beautiful area. There is a small little privy bathroom, little pit toilet over here. Again, be nice about it. That wind has really picked up. I have to break out my phone to see what the wind speeds are. I'm saying that they're probably good 10 mile an hour at least. All right, so I've been walking up the road here, and it's actually gonna turn and go down that way. We're not following that. When you hit the curve, you're going to go straight across. You'll see a white blaze up in the trees up here. Just keep following that. By the way, I did check the wind speeds, and they're getting close to 15 miles an hour. So I'm hoping that the wind isn't picking up on the microphone. I'm still on that white blaze trail, and yeah, it's pretty nice. It's not overly wooded, but it's nice. The trail is basically like a two-track vehicle type trail, so nice and wide. Okay, so I've met a few more people on the trail today. I had that couple that I saw. They passed me shortly after I started the trail. I think they passed me before I hit the 1 mile mark. And then as I was coming up and getting on the White Blaze Trail. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, the double track keeps on going that way. There's lots of signs here saying the white blaze, take the trail that direction. But, oh, and then there's the Ice Age trail right there. But as I was getting onto that that white blaze trail just to walk around that that pavilion area, there was a trail runner that came in. Said hi to him, told him about that turtle I saw on the trail. And now I'm kind of getting into the thicker woods and off of that bald, you know, by the pavilion area, coming up on that alligator statue. That's where I'm at right now. But anyway, I just got passed by a guy and a girl and their dog. Of course, I didn't get the guy and girl's name, but the dog's name is Jake. I am very much a dog person. And I'm dogless. So whenever I get a chance to pet someone else's dog, damn it, I'll do it. Jake was all wet. He's been playing in that water at the end of the road. Alright. This is kind of the hell area. A couple of good-sized hills. And it's so humid because it really gets enclosed in here. So yeah, just going to take my time. Humidity is still in the 80s, 80-something%. But now that I'm in the trees, the wind is not as strong as like it was back there. Okay, so let me give you a little information on what I learned from that big hike with Dave. One, I can't wear cotton socks. So I have gone out and have bought several pairs of wool socks. And in fact, I'm wearing wool socks today. I'm also thinking, oh, I'm at that big bridge. I'm also thinking I need to go out and get synthetic underwear as well. And that's because on that 10-mile day on Saturday, I was starting to get a little chafing down in that region, down by the Twins. So, yeah, I think I might get synthetic underwear as well. Another thing I've learned on that big hike, I need to stop more often. That was a special incident because we had to get back, you know, we had to make it to that camp in order to get the shuttle to take us back in order to get our truck. So we had to really keep moving and keep a decent pace going in order to get to the camp, get on that shuttle and get our, you know, Dave's truck. But if I'm out on my own, I'm in no rush. This is my 4th break. I'm doing this little trail, and I'm probably about a mile from the end. But the reason I need to stop more often is because of my diabetes. I'm type 2 diabetic. And even though I'm not taking medication, if I'm exerting a lot of energy, like on a hike, I'm burning up a lot of sugar. And I can tell when those sugar levels get low, and I really need to pay attention to that. When I'm starting to feel nauseous, I'm sweating a lot, and you know, stuff like that, I need to stop. I need to take a break. I need to eat something that can give me some blood sugar, and I just need to calm myself down again. So that's another thing I've learned off of that big hike. So I'm coming up on the valley, I mean right down there, is where I need to cross. That's where all that water is, all that mud. And I gotta figure out if there's a way around it. When I first got to this side of it, and I was looking across it, it looked like there was maybe something that a vehicle had made, you know, like things had been pushed down, but that might have just been the movement of the water. So I'm trying to decide if I should just stay away from the trail a bit, or if I should basically just do what I did to get over on this side. But you know what? There's been other people that have come by, so I might start following their footprints. Let's see how that goes. Time for the fun mud and muck. Alright, let's see how I do. Well, this is the way I came up when I first came in. Now I'm looking over here. That looks kind of gravelly. And there's a downed log here to kind of help cross the water. So I'm thinking I might go over there and see if that's any more solid than this crap here. I'm at least hoping to get to that yellow sign over in that area. So, yeah, let's just go over there and try it out. Well, so far so good. I mean, the mud's sticking to my shoes, but so far it's pretty solid. But I'm getting to the area where it's going to get a little iffy, right in this tall grass area. I think this is where it's going to really get bogged down and wet. So far so good. Now what's going on, as you can see, I'm in a nice valley here. The hills that you see that come down, okay, so you got a hill there, you got a hill on this side over here, and it cuts out this valley. This valley floor is basically all sediment, rock, stone, dust, debris. That's what's under here, and it goes down probably, I think it's like a couple 100 feet. But when the wash water, that's basically all this valley was. It was just a washout river from the glacier. It would deposit all that stuff. So that basically we're walking on the bottom of a riverbed right now. All right, so I climbed up the hill on the other side of the valley there, and it's a pretty good elevational change. I don't think it's quite 100 feet, but I bet you it's probably around 70 to 90. But I just want to sit here. I'm not going to really drink any water. I don't feel I need to. I'm just going to sit here and have the wind blow the sweat off me, cooling me down that way. So I've got that big bald to walk over now, and there's just like no shade there, so I just want to sit here in the shade, have the wind blow on me, cool me off, and then when I feel up to it, I'll attack that sunny, bald tabletop bluff. Okay, so I came out onto the bald just in time for a cloud to come over. And, I was just about ready to pack up and get back on the trail, and probably about 5 or 6 people came walking up. I gave them the warning about all the flooded area down there, and they're like, well, yeah, that's kind of what we're coming out to see how bad it is, and they're going to try to get around it. It's not impassable, but one of the younger girls was actually carrying a little baby with her. It's like, you know, carrying that little bundle with you if you slip and fall. You know, I don't think I'd want to do it. Beautiful day today, though. warm, humid, but it was still a nice day. Yay, I made it. Time to go look at my stats. Oh, as you can tell, I'm back in the truck. Already drove down County KP, and I'm about ready to turn on to 14. Just gotta wait for a clear traffic. Looked at my stats. I did 4.78 miles today. And the I think that gave me a total of like 170 something, 0.7 something. I'll post it up on the screen here. I had a little less than 2 hours of total walk time and a little more than 2 hours of rest time. So I'm fine with that. Well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching me do the Table Bluff segment, and I'll see you on the road.